Evolution, biological evolution, if that's what we're talking about, is the scientists' best understanding of the mechanism of how change happens in the world around us, in the living world around us. To refuse to see that is to refuse to use the brains that God has given us. It's a theory, and the popular mind doesn't always understand what theory means in scientific world. It's the best explanation for the evidence we have. It's something that's been repeatedly tested. It has undergone the scrutiny of vast numbers of scientists who have looked at the data and the hypotheses that are being explored. It doesn't mean that it's only a theory. It means this is the best explanation that we can provide for how things have come to be the way they are.
The biological evolution, how life evolved on this planet about 4 billion years ago. And science is able to tell us that based on evidence, based on facts that we find in the cosmic order in terms of the evolution of life and the extinction of different species, the fossil records. And I also like to say that evolution is a theory in biology, but it's very different from how we casually use that word in our daily speech. Because a theory in science is as strong as a fact. First, there's hypothesis. You postulate something that you, based on observation, this must be what happened. But if this hypothesis is affirmed time and again by new observations and new findings and facts, then it becomes a theory. So evolution is one of those overarching themes in biology and in cosmology.
As an evolutionary biologist, I've spent a great deal of time thinking about the question of the fundamental philosophical foundations of evolutionary biology, the particular observations that lead us to think it's true, and how both of those things relate to Christianity. We find evidence of this in the fossil record. We can look at a history of things changing through time, of organisms changing in some fairly major ways in terms of body plan and biochemistry. We have contemporary evidence from ecology and biogeography. We can look at the placement of organisms around the world and how they're related to each other and how they appear to have changed in relationship to their environment. We also have, over the last 50 years, discovered wonderful tools in genetics that allow us to look at the role of particular molecules in living organisms as they change, and some organisms that produce offspring in periods as short as 12 hours, we can actually watch thousands of generations of them evolving. So I would say we have some very, very strong observational evidence that evolution is a good way of looking at the world.
I don't think there's any real question scientifically about the theory of evolution. And I don't know many Christians within the Episcopal Church or mainline denominations within Roman Catholicism, Greek Orthodoxy, that have major questions with the idea of evolution happening.
In my opinion, a Christian response to evolution, based on my complementary view of science and faith, is that we should welcome that. We should welcome the findings from evolution. Being a biologist myself as well, evolution explains biology in many different levels, and not just regularly people would think that one species somehow evolves into another one, but even in the microscopic level, we see evolution, genetic evolution, for instance. In light of evolution, it means that we're created in the likeness of God. We are endowed in some ways also with this creative energy that God has given into the created order.
you.